Queridísimos amigos de Bucs Report, in my broken English, I'm here to teach you some Spanish. Cañones is pronounced cañones. But no more jokes, let's start out 2 minutes warning, 4 downs to beat the targets, let's go. First down, keep them under 23 points. The Chargers struggle if they don't hit 23 points. Look at the last games, when the score stays low, they don't win. Our defense needs to step up and hold them down like a kid on a sugar rush in bedtime. No big plays, no easy point. Second down, dominate in the red zone. Stopping the Chargers in the red zone is critical. Against the Raiders, our defense made life hard for them inside 20. We need that same energy here. Make them settle for field goals or even better for turnovers. The strong red zone defense can break their rhythm. Third down, run, and run some more. The Chargers hate the run game. Just ask the Falcons and the Ravens, who tore them apart on the ground. Good news, we have Rashad White, Sean Tucker, and Hallelujah Bucky Irving ready to go. Pound the rock and control the clock. Keep Herbert on the sideline sipping Gatorade? Yes. 4 down battle on the benches. Todd Bowles needs to stay sharp. Chargers Kim Harbaugh is from Bill Callahan's coaching tree and he is a smart one, but he outcoached Bowles from the Arians Reed Knoll tree? I don't know. This is chess, not checkers. The sideline battle might just decide this game. And it's all. Keep under 23 points, dominate the red zone, run, and battle on the benches. And there you have it. My prediction: Bucs 27, Chargers 20. Let's fire the cannons and sink some balls. Boom, boom, boom. Bye.
And there you have it, Buck fans. Great wisdom from the great Alf Comener on Cañones y Football podcast. Please continue to show your support for Alf Comener because the man is, again, dropping gems and keys to the Bucs game that's going to bring us victory due to that. And again, please show your support. As you see, Buck fans, it's plenty of us out there, not just in the United States, but in the world. Germany, we got Britain, of course, the UK, the States, obviously. But yes, again, welcome to another episode of Bucs Report, the pregame. I hope you guys are ready today. We are playing the LA Batteries. That's right, the Batteries, because they're about to be uncharged. We're about to charge them out. It's an important game. This is a playoff scrimmage, Buck fans. A playoff scrimmage. That's right. This is going to be the hardest team that we face for the remainder of the season. So the Bucs need to approach this game as a playoff game, essentially. You have Harbaugh with the good defense. They have a disciplined offense to where they don't want to turn the ball over. One interception from Justin Herbert. Is his touchdowns off the radar? No. But the one word that you can describe the LA Chargers is discipline. And that's what it's going to take for the Bucs to be disciplined. A team like this, you have to break early. The Chargers, the whole key to the Chargers game is to keep the Bucs scoring low. They want the Buccaneers. If they can keep the Buccaneers under 20 points until the fourth quarter, that's when they come alive. That's when the Chargers have their momentum. Buccaneers offense. You put this team away early, you don't have to worry about that. Again, they are a disciplined team. They want a physical defense, a strong run game, and no turnovers. I'm here to tell you today, Bowles, you have to come out swinging. There is no jabs. There is no filling them out. You have to come out with the haymakers and uppercuts early, Bowles. This is a team, just like the Raiders, they do not have an explosive offense. Do they have a very good quarterback? They do. They really do. But you have the advantage because you have the pieces that can put this offense away. You have Vita Vea. Trust me, the Chargers are going to do everything that they can to double Vita Vea to keep him from going off. That means Canty should have a chance to make to get advantages. And also, coming from the dude who was dropping gems earlier when we spoke this morning, someone on the edge is going to have to make their presence known today. I really hope it's Yaya because we have so much faith in Yaya, and I do too. And I think he is just a few games away from becoming a dominant force, hopefully. On the other side, Joe Trashenka or Anthony Nelson, one of you have got to step up because the edge is going to be there. I'm not worried about Gus Edwards. So load the box. We got to play more man coverage because one thing about Justin Herbert, if you pressure him, he's not going to throw the ball. He's not going to put the ball in harm's way. So he'll just take a sack, which benefits the Bucs because this is the game where the Bucs, I'm predicting, should get no less than 4 sacks. Why? Because, again, Herbert is not a turnover machine. He is the type where he's going to live the fight another day. But what we want is for him, unfortunately, to try to fight, but it's too late. We want to get up early. You get up on this team early, you get up 14 points early, they're done because they don't have the capacity to win in a shootout like the Bucs. We have the offensive advantage. So, Bowles, you have to come out aggressive. There is no reason to respect this man. He has no one to throw to. They don't have Jacobs in there. Gus Edwards, again, this is the day for Bucs to be aggressive. You have to frustrate a disciplined team like this. Defense, Bowles, I need you, man. I need you to come out with the blitz packages, and you have Tyke Smith. Tyke Smith, ladies and gentlemen, right now, to me, is the heart and soul of this defense because when he is out there, the Buccaneers can do a lot more certain type of coverage disguises or blitz, or they can take that risk because he is there. You saw what he did against the hot rookie in Bowers last week. I need Tyke. It's not me calling you out, but I want you, man. You got to be the guy to set the tone. 1 interception Justin Herbert has. I need that shit to change today to 2 interceptions or 3 interceptions. And if y'all got it in you, let's get 4 interceptions. You got to put Herbert on his ass and you got to frustrate him. Bowles, that means we don't want to see that bullshit cushion coverage when it's not necessary. Only time I want to see cushion coverage is if it's 3rd and 35. And even with that, only 6-7 yards off the damn receiver. That's when I want to see that. Or if you're going to be playing that, we better be up 24-0. That is the only time that we want to see cushion coverage because we already know the statistics, Bowles. You should know this. Statistically speaking, when you play this kind of coverage, we are exposed. And this week, we're not playing backup quarterbacks. We're playing a starting caliber quarterback who will make you pay. But that also, now this is someone I am taking a shot at, and I want to hold him accountable. Dean, I need you to play physical, man. I need you to go out there and make fucking tackles. I need you to go out there and catch the ball. I need to see aggression and effort. A&E, damn it. That's what I want to see from you. Aggression and effort. I don't want to see them soft-ass tackling. Knock this dude over. You're getting paid millions of dollars. Get out there and put your foot down their damn throats. That also means I want Zion to be put in the right position. We don't have our starting safeties, but it should be more than enough. We already know Vita and Canty, they are the anchors right now in the trenches, and I believe in them. Now, Cansey, I'm putting a little extra pressure on you. If they're going to double Vita Vea, I need you to make him pay. I need you to make that defensive line pay for that mistake. Okay? That's what I need you to do. I definitely need it. So that's why I want this defense. That's why I'm so heavy on talking about the defense first, because the defense can set the tone early. If you get those early 3-and-outs, you put the offense in a good situation where they have good field possession, and then they can walk away nothing less than 3 points. And that's what we want. We want, hopefully, on any possession, if we can't get 7 points, we get 3 points. We don't walk away punting the ball for nothing. That is the key to this game today. Defense, you have got to be aggressive. Now let's go through the comments. Buck Ray Bolts, yeah, let's fucking go. Let's go, Bucks. Christopher Cole, thank you for joining us. And that's right. Christopher Cole is right. You got to get pressure on Herbert. You got to get pressure on Herbert. Derrick Henry have 235 rushing yards against the Giants. I wouldn't be surprised. Look, they might take him out early just because the game will be over soon. So I wouldn't be surprised if he has 135 by the first half, and then they say, hey, it's over. Just sit down and rest. But back to Christopher Cole's previous comment, you do got to get pressure on Herbert. You got to manhandle him. More than that, they don't have the offensive weapons. So, Bowles, it's no reason for you to respect a team that much to where you play scared ball. We don't want to see scared ball. This is what I'm saying, Bowles. Tampa Bay fans don't want to see this shit, okay? Let me show you what we don't want to see. Oh, it ain't up there, but we don't want to see cushion coverage, my man. We don't want to see this. We don't want to see this shit. You see this? Bowles, you got to understand, this is the reason why you lost to this team. You're better than that. You are better than this team. You were better. So there is no reason to play this type of fucking coverage. Please, I need you to go to this. This is what I want to see. Again, I need you to create psychological shock in this organization to this team because they are a disciplined team. Psychological shock in this organization, please. That's all we want. On the offensive side of the ball, run. Run that ball, baby. Establish your discipline. Establish your authority. That's what we need to see, Bucs offense. Cohen. If you run the ball on 1st and 10 and you get 2nd and 5 or 2nd and 4, run that damn ball again. Run it again. Run it again, baby. And if you get a first down or you get 3rd and 1, run it again, or you do a simple bootleg play action and toss that ball out. The most important thing that I want to establish to Cohen, keep the offense simple, baby, in the passing. That's all you got to do, Cohen. There's no reason to get super creative. Keep the shit basic. Something like this. See that play? That play will work at least 60% of the time or more. That's all you got to do. That's all you have to do. We already know the culprits, Joey Bosa. We already know Khalil Mack, Derwin James, which, side note, I'm still glad we took Vita Vea over Derwin, everybody. Without Vita, it's hard to win a Super Bowl. There's a reason why when he came back in 2020 in the playoffs, the Bucs defense was just overwhelming. So that's what I'm saying. So offense, run that ball, get the ball to Mike Evans. You ain't got to throw it deep all the time. Short pass that shit. Dink and dunk your way down there because the dink and dunk will set up the deep pass. So that's my rant for right now. In the meantime, I got another co-host waiting in the wings that's ready to talk Buck football as well, and he's going to drop some gems as well on what the Bucs need to do to get this victory. So, no further ado, we're going to welcome Louie in the house. What's up, Louie? How you doing?
What's going on, baby? Living the dream, one nightmare at a time. But dreams are nightmares too, right?
That's right. That's right. So,
All right,
how about you, man?
I'm doing all right. We got a big game today, 4:25, which is nice. So I've been listening to everybody's take on this game. To me, I think this is going to be a low-scoring game, just because the Chargers have a really good defense. 93 and 95, I forget their names. The interior of that defensive line, they're mean, they're nasty, and they create havoc up front. Now, what does that spell for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? I'm not too worried about it, but it means that Baker Mayfield is going to be using his legs and scrambling around a lot. So yeah, I mean, this is going to be a tough game for the Bucs, a must-win game, I think. And guys like Yaya Diaby definitely need to step up. And this is a good test for Yaya Diaby. I feel like if he doesn't get a sack in this game or create or like kind of wrecks the game a little bit, we got a problem, man. And I'm going to keep saying this: the Buccaneers need a serious edge rusher. Yaya Diaby, I like him, but he isn't it yet.
I can dig it. And that's a great point because I said that earlier too. The edges are going to somebody on the edges on either side of the ball is going to have to step up because we already know the priority for the San Diego Batteries is to eliminate and neutralize Vita Vea and Canty. So they're going to have their hands full with those guys. And you're right. If anyone got to step up, we want Yaya. We've seen the potential, and I agree. He's going to have to. And guys, Louis is correct. If he can't do that today, then we got a serious problem, y'all. We really do. We
Yeah.
know already we need an edge rusher, but Louis is right on this. If you can't do something, we have a problem. We have a problem, my man.
Absolutely, and what's one thing that's been really killing this Buccaneer defense, man, is the edge rusher. Yaya gets close. It's very similar to Joe Tryon-Shoyinka. It's the same thing. The famous term I have for him: all gas, no brakes. He has all the talent, all the ability, all the agility, just can't wrap up the quarterback. So obviously he's not the guy. They have to bring in somebody elite in here, make a trade next year or something, man, because you can't right now. You have Baker Mayfield, you have Mike Evans, you have young upcoming young nucleus, a young core of wide receivers right now. You have a great three-headed monster at running back. Your offensive line is solid. Your defense needs a little bit of retooling. And where you're gonna pick in the draft, it's okay if, in my opinion, it's okay to trade away the first overall pick. I mean, the first round pick. You need an edge rusher, and this year, it is what it is. We have to use what we got, but it's definitely going to come down to that, man. But I won't take nothing away from the defense. They played well last week. They played well the weeks before, but those against some mediocre teams. You're supposed to do that against those kind of teams. You don't let up. You're supposed to do that. I did call. Actually, I got screwed over though. AJ, I called it. Did I not say they were going to pick Zion McCollum and Jamel Dean were both going to have picks or something like that? I said 2 picks, and they stole a couple of picks from us.
Yes, they did. Yes, I agree 100%.
So
Some of them damn picks. I'm sitting back like, how is that not an interception?
yeah, we got robbed on a couple of picks. I will say this for this game, Louis' mystic predictions, if well, we got to make that a segment because I've been pretty good on these. I've been pretty good on these so far. This game, I'm predicting like a 25-17 score. In my opinion, I think the Buccaneers are gonna take this game 25-17. I think Rashad White's gonna get in the end zone. I think Mike Evans is gonna. This is gonna be the game that Mike Evans goes off for some receiving yards. The defense, the Chargers defense is very good. I will say that. Well, I just think that Buccaneer offense is very very good. Like,
Oh,
I
absolutely,
mean,
guys. And if you
they're,
haven't,
they're, they're
yeah,
third in the NFL right now
yeah.
in offense, man. Like, and it's a good matchup, man. I'm excited. It's a good matchup between two teams. It really is. It's going to be a fun game to watch.
Oh, no doubt. And guys, you got to check out Louis from our previous conversations because from the beginning of the season, he predicted that the Bucs offense was going to have to carry the team. And look at where we are now, guys. Put it this way: if the defense at one point could have just been average, the Bucs may have only lost 2 games. That's it. And Christopher Cole, I feel you, but I'm going to say this: hell no. I do not want that diva in my locker room. Hell no. No, no, no. And one, he can't produce. For a lot of people out there saying, well, Odell could have done. No, he didn't even do shit when he was in Baltimore. And Baltimore didn't have any receivers last year. So how come he couldn't step up, guys? I don't ever want to hear anybody talk about Odell and Mike Evans in the same breath. The best number 13 is Michael Lynn Evans. I don't want to hear that shit. Odell is not the guy. He had a few good years, and then he let it go to shit because he wanted to be an IG honey instead of an NFL player. He wanted to be a character instead of a player, a baller. Man got paid good money out there, and he squandered the years. So hell no. Get out of here with that shit. We don't want no Odell. Odell can't do shit for us. Nope. I'll take my chances with the guys we have not already. Damn that. But like Louis said, somebody on the edge has got to get going. Somebody on this edge has got to get
What's going
going.
on, sir?
Everything good, my brother? We got you back
Yeah,
on.
yeah, it kicked me off for a second. It was weird.
No worries,
Techno-
no worries.
Technology is great when it's working good. It's terrible when it's not.
Absolutely. But no, what I was also saying is that Christopher Cole asked a good question. And I said, hell no, I don't want OBJ here. We don't need him. We
No,
don't need
no, absolutely not.
we don't need that bullshit. We got
Cinnamon
this
Bun
already. And
Chocolate.
I said, Mike
Thank you.
Evans, we don't ever want to hear those guys ever being compared. It's not the same. So
Yeah, man. Yeah, you know what? It's wild because a lot of people are still on this notion where we need Odell Beckham Jr. in the locker room. I'm sorry, I'm good. I'm good. Like that train passed a while back ago. It's not a good fit in my opinion. I've been arguing with people online about it. It's the doorway to bring in Odell Beckham Jr. Even if Odell Beckham Jr. did come to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he's got to learn that he's going to take a back seat to our guys. And honestly, I just don't see that happening. I don't see that happening at all. I don't think we need him. I think you by bringing in Odell Beckham. Listen, we're not fucking playing Madden. You know what I'm saying? Like, when this isn't fucking Madden when you're trying to win in your franchise. Bringing in Odell Beckham Jr. What you're doing is you're taking reps away from Palmer and McMillan and Roy Miller. Like these guys are our future, not Odell Beckham Jr. That fucking train passed, man, years and years ago. I believe there was rumbles about him coming here when Brady was here. That would have been a little bit different, you know what I'm saying? But right now, no, man. We have our future guys. We don't need Odell Beckham Jr. This offense is fucking rolling, dude. The offense is rolling.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
I'm
We don't need
upset.
that bullshit. Say it again. We don't need that bullshit in our
We don't
presence.
need that bullshit,
We
man.
don't
Come
need that
on.
bullshit. And goodbye. Goodbye, Odell.
Damn.
That ship has sailed. You were somebody once upon a time, but now you're not. You're simply not that guy. And you never were really, but it is what it is at this point. Fuck out of here, fuck off, and we don't need you. But let's get back to another situation though. Like you said, defense. The person that is going to have to really I think turn it up and like create the momentum for this defense is Tyke Smith because he is balling. If anyone is
Absolutely.
going to get an interception, it will be Tyke Smith. What do you feel about that?
Absolutely. I mean, Tyke Smith is such an underrated guy around the league right now, especially for being a rookie. I loved him coming out of college. I thought this was a great pick. He reminded me a lot of Edwards because we lost Mike Edwards, and I didn't want to lose Mike Edwards. I thought he was a very valuable key piece to this defense, very underrated. And just Todd Bowles has a nose for these guys. And Tyke Smith is going to be a cornerstone of this defense for years to come. He's just all over the place. He creates turnovers, he creates fumbles, he can pick the ball off, he can blitz, he can do it all. And having him back in that rotation, having him back in the lineup is huge for the defense. And that's why I said they need to. I'm 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 optimistic to see how the defense is going to play against the Chargers because we have to think about it too. The Chargers had a tough time against the Chiefs. You know, guys were dropping the ball. Palmer was dropping the ball. The other dude there, I keep forgetting his name. They couldn't move the ball on first down, second down, third down. You know what I'm saying? It was a tough game for them. Um, they really don't have any wide receivers. I mean, they lost Keenan Allen, and Justin Herbert's kind of struggled a little bit. I mean, you can see it. I mean, what is it? 14 touchdowns to one interception.
Yeah.
They run the ball the majority of the time, but I think the Buccaneers defense can really. That's why I said this is a good test for the Bucs defense. They could really contain this Chargers offense. It's a good test. It's not like you have a Keenan Allen and you have all these other guys out there. This is manageable. That's why I keep saying I think AJ, this is going to be a low scoring game. I think the Bucs are gonna. It's gonna be a feeling out process. This is the AFC West, man. The Bucs have always had a tough time with the AFC West.
Mm-hmm.
So
I would not be surprised. The only reason why I think it might go it benefits the Bucs in their favor is, like you said, due to Herbert. This is a game where I think the Bucs are going to get no less than 4 sacks because if Herbert feels that pressure, he's either going to try to throw it away or he's going to take the sack. Herbert is not
Yeah.
going to put the ball in harm's way.
Is he
So
hurt though?
what's up?
Is he still hurt? Is he still banged up from that Chiefs game? I heard there's something
Yes,
about an
he
ankle
is.
injury.
Yes, he
Yeah.
is. Yes, he is. So that's another thing. I'm glad you brought that up. He is still banged up. So he might not be as agile and be able to move like he wants to as the game goes along. So if he is getting hit early, that could be something where his body might say, fuck it, yo, I can't continue to do this shit. So if you
Yeah.
they come at you, man, don't try to escape. Fall the fuck down because I think this is my thing. This is my theory. Louis, I could be right or wrong, but I have a feeling this is my theory, my hypothesis. If he throws an interception, it's going to fuck his game up the rest of the time because
Oh,
now
absolutely.
he's going to be thinking about and especially if it puts the Bucs in a position to where we're short field and we score. Louis, mark my words. If the Bucs can get up 14 points by the end of the fourth quarter, the Chargers are done because they don't have the capacity to win in a shootout. Like you said, if they can keep the Bucs under 20 points in the fourth quarter, that's when the Chargers will say, yes, we got them. But if they get up early, now they're going to have to make Herbert in the offense do something they don't like to do, and that's become a quick scoring team.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the Chargers don't have enough firepower to keep up with the Buccaneers offense, but their defense is what really keeps them in games.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that's the only thing I'm really worried about. Can this offensive line hold back 93, 95, Khalil Mack, Bosa? That's a solid defensive line. They're good. They're really good. And they showed it against the Chiefs, but unfortunately they just couldn't hang on. And I think the Chiefs got some voodoo and some black magic out there on the field because they keep winning these games and
Yeah,
some bullshit.
I'm gonna say this. Bosa and Khalil, yes, they are some dogs, but I love that our chances against them because especially when it comes to the run, the strength of our line we know is the tackles. It's
Yeah,
gonna be the damn guards that are gonna have to knuckle up. This is a game where I'm saying the Bucs, all three running backs need to get no less than 10 carries apiece because I truly think the Bucs can run the ball down their throat,
oh,
especially
absolutely.
early. If we do that, Louis, again, guys, Louis and I, he's been this man on this. He's been the guy who is believing this offense, and I agree too. If that run game gets going early, Louis, that's where the rollouts can. That's where the rollouts can happen. That's when the
Absolutely.
play action. I'm
Absolutely, and I will say this: the play action for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I don't think anybody can do it better. I don't think they've utilized it the perfect, but I think if they can really grind out that defensive line and really like grind them down throughout the game, I think you can stop beating them over the top. I wouldn't be surprised if I seen Mike catch a 70-yard bomb. I really
oh
wouldn't. I really
100,
see, and
100.
and if you look at stats right now, the Bucks running game, I think we're what, third in the league right now.
Something like that. Yeah, we up there.
Yeah, they got a three-headed monster at running back, and we got to utilize that. Especially with Godwin being out. I don't want to overwork Mike either because let's face facts, and this is probably not going to be a popular thing to say, but if Mike is getting there in age now where we can't really, you know, we he's our guy, but the younger guys, Palmer and McMillan, they really need to start stepping up and they really need to show this man the respect he deserves. Like, yo, big homie, we got this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Damn right they do. And
you
that's
know
a
what I'm saying?
oh
And, and
100%.
and I want to see them guys really step up. A guy that I don't think that we should be giving his roses to right now, his flowers, is Kate Otten. I think Kate Otten's gonna come up big in this game too.
He
Uh,
he has to. He definitely.
Absolutely. Between him and Mike, those two are guys right now. Those two are our guys. Like Cade is really like I wasn't a big fan of Cade and I don't know if like way back I was just like I'm not really sold on him. But watching his play and watch him progress, he's probably one of the toughest tight ends I've seen in a long, long time. And I'm happy that he's on our team. And I hope he can come up big in this game. Like I said, I'm not I'm not. I have a good feeling about this game. I'm not like, hey, we're gonna destroy them because like I said, it's gonna be a tough game for the Bucs. But I think overall, the Buccaneers. I think eventually you got to keep the Chargers defense on the field. It's in Tampa. You got to keep that defense out in the field, and you just got to grind away at them. Like I said, the three-headed monster. Let them work. Let them work and beat them over the top with the play action, baby.
Damn right. Oh, and let's get back to the run. You ain't always got to just use your line. Let's get those tight ends involved. Double tight end action.
Yeah.
Payne Durham is a dog in the blocking. So that's what I'm saying. You have to, if they're gonna run, Louis, they gotta fucking run with authority and conviction. That means even if it's 3rd and 3, run that fucking ball.
Yeah.
Run the ball down their throat and maneuver. And if you want to be creative, Cohen, this is what I want to see, Louis, because this will fuck their defense up. Get all 3 running backs in there at the same time. And you put Rashard in the slot and you motion him. You move him around to where they don't know what to do. Because can you imagine having Sean Tucker, Bucky, and Rashard on the field at the same time? Defenses are not going to know what to do. And I'll look at it like this. If they want to be safe because Rashard is the best blocking running back, then you can move him down as well and put Sean Tucker in the slot or something. He's got the speed. Just confuse this defense because I truly think if they can dunk our way down the field, Evans is going to go off because he's going to catch like 3 catches that are probably going to be like 8 yards, then 12 yards, then 13, and they're going to be so scared of him beating them like short dink and dunk. And that's like you said, that 60-yard bomb is going to come because then they're going to double Evans early.
Oh,
we know
absolutely.
that. Derwin is going to Derwin, and if Derwin is there, this is where I agree with you, K. Dotton. Destroy that fucking middle of the field because Otten has the speed where the linebackers on the Chargers they can't keep up with him. So I look at it like this: if Derwin continues to motion over towards Evans to help out the corner, that's where I'm going down the middle, or Durham, whoever. I'm taking advantage of that middle. If the safety is going to help out somebody else, that leaves somebody open.
Absolutely. And I was watching the All 22 film on that Chargers and Chiefs game. Chiefs have a really good offense. Let's not take nothing away. I mean, are they explosive as they used to be? No, they still have firepower. But I was watching the All 22, mostly the Chargers on defense, because I mean I know what their offense brings. It's their defense that I really wanted to see because I was curious to see why they were so dominant. And like I said, AJ, 93 and 95 on their line is what really causes a lot of chaos in the backfield. I did see Rashad White kind of lose it on a few picking up some blitzes and stuff like that. But as long as they can contain, and they do rotate that defensive line a lot. There's a couple of other guys that go in there. I did notice it. And from what I see is if you let that defensive line get pressure early, it's kind of downhill. It's not like, oh my God, we can't come back from this. But the Buccaneers really have to keep that defensive line in check because I like our chances against their secondary. The reason why their secondary's been good and causing turnovers and scoring points is because the defensive line creates havoc in the backfield and it causes the quarterback to, throw the ball. I mean, you get what I'm saying? Like just
Of course.
poor thrown passes. You're not hitting your reads. That's the Chargers' heart and soul is the defensive line. And if the Buccaneers can keep them in check, that's why I said I don't want to see Bucky in there all the time because I still think Bucky is still battling some injuries. I want to save him for the playoffs. I got Rashad White. You got to let Rashad White cook, man. You just got to let him go. You got that's another guy too that I feel like is going to have a big day in the receiving category, in my opinion.
I agree.
So,
I agree. And that's why I say for Bucky, 10 should be his max for today. Everybody else, Rashard and Sean, y'all go to fuck off. And also, this is where you said the line I do agree because they do rotate. That's why if the Bucs rotate and use their tight ends as well, we got to beat this. We want this run game to be fresh because if we get the run game going early, that is going to frustrate that secondary. And I think another guy that's going to be a sleeper on 3rd downs is Sterling Shepard. He has established a connection with Baker, and I'm thankful for that. I want to go back to what you were saying earlier. These other receivers, they gotta step up for Mike.
Yep.
We can't put all this pressure on Evans by himself. We want Evans ready and locked in for the playoffs. So you're
Absolutely.
right. Here's another thing that I want Cohen to do when it comes to Palmer, because Palmer to me can be a devastating weapon. Give the ball to the man in stride. There's too many times where I see them where they're just throwing passes where he's trying to be a possession catcher. That's not Palmer's
Yeah,
that's
it's
not
not
his
him.
game. He give it to the man where he's in stride. With that speed he has, he gets the separation. I want to see Palmer in shallow crossing routes. Can you imagine a linebacker trying to pick him up, and it's a simple dink, a little dunk off, and or you put him and Evans on the outside. Somebody's got to contain. So put
Yep.
it this way: I could see Derwin and then moving over, and then you could change the route to where, okay, I want you to do a shallow, a deep slant, Palmer, and that's what I'm saying. So we have the tools to beat this team, like you said. They just got to win in the trenches first. Use the run to set up the pass. We're a running team now.
Yeah. I mean, if you Bucky is usually our grinder, but
Yes,
today it's got to be Sean Tucker. You know what I'm
yes.
saying? At the end of the day, it's got to be Sean Tucker. You want to ease the load for Bucky. Uh, I mean, for me, my game plan to playing a team like the Chargers is, like I said, my number one goal is to keep the defense on the field as
Mm-hmm.
much as I possibly could. I'm talking about running the ball on first. I mean, you don't want to be too predictable, but I'm talking about our guys pushing their guys, getting 1 or 2 yards, having Cade Otton's another guy that's got to grind them out, grind those guys out in the middle of the field. You know, you
Mm-hmm.
kind of have to go back to like when Brady was here, the little dink and dunks and stuff like that, that
Yes.
really wears out a defense. And that's what, I want Liam Cohen to do is you got to wear out that defense. Why not with Sean Tucker, K. Dotton, guys that this Charger team, well, this Charger defense doesn't, they don't respect. Because at the end of the day, I don't think they respect K. Dotton. I don't think they respect Sean Tucker. So run the ball down their throat, throw the ball down the middle to Cade, fucking make them respect them.
Fucking make them respect him. That's right, guys. You hear that? Fucking make them respect us. And if we can get pushed again, Cohen, you don't need to make the passing fancy. Keep it
Nope.
simple. Sometimes I think they make it too complex for the receivers. McMillan and Palmer and the younger guys, they're not ready for all that yet. Just simple shit. Hey man, do this quick out route or do this quick back or a go route. Just do something simple. It shouldn't take, especially if it's 2nd and 1, if you're gonna pass, you need to have something out quick. You only want to take the deep shot when you know you got them. If they're in a certain coverage where they can recover, no. I want something like you take a deep shot to me, in my opinion, when they load in the box. If they're
Yeah.
gonna load the box, that's when you go, oh, you want to load this box? Okay, bet. Go route right here. But if it's 2nd and 1, you either run the ball or if you're gonna pass, like I said, dink and dunk that shit. Get a screen out there and then boop, and call it a day.
Yeah. I
You ain't
mean,
got to be fancy, Cohen. That's what was killing us against the Raiders. I just think that Cohen got too fancy. The past 2 games, the Panthers and the Raiders, Cohen just slow it down. That also means, though, we got to be real on this. Baker, he got to calm the fuck down, too. If it's not there, throw it away or just take off and run.
live to fight another down. That's what they have to do with the Chargers. They can't be overly aggressive with them because the Chargers will make you pay on defense and they will put up points. On defense, they will score touchdowns. And I think they're the number one defense right now in the league for most
Uh,
points scored.
Oh yeah, probably. They're
So
their team. They're a defense that you can have them, but you're gonna have to. You can't expect to walk all over them. If you're gonna beat this defense, like we said, you have to be on your shit. You have to tire them out, and like you said, you want to tire them not just physically but mentally.
absolutely, you gotta, like I said, you gotta grind them down, and that's a main thing right now. That you gotta grind them down because you don't want to play from behind against the Chargers. You can play from behind with 7 points, 7-0, 3-0, 6-0, 9-0 even. But you don't want to go down 14-0 against the Chargers, man. You don't. Do I think is it impossible for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to you know, come back from 14-0? It's possible, but I
Mhm.
mean, in all reality, it's not ideal because we know what happens. Sometimes Baker, he gets a little aggressive, makes mistakes, throws some interceptions, starts looking like Jameis Winston out there, you know?
Yes.
And I don't want to see that. I just want to see, going back to what I've been saying, I just want to see the offense complement the defense, defense complement the offense, vice versa. That's what I want to see in this game. I just want to see a clean football game. I want to see a clean pocket for Baker because those boys are coming after him. And
Yeah, we want to see a complete football game because the past two games we haven't seen it. We want to see the kind of dominance. We would hope to see the kind of dominance we saw against the Giants. Now we know the Chargers ain't the Giants,
mm-mm.
so it's but if we can get that early lead, that's why I'm thinking early, man. Ball the fuck out, throw them haymakers because you might land a couple of them. I'm saying this, Louis. The Bucs get up 14-0 the first quarter, that's game because then at that point we can run the ball, we can wear them out because at
Absolutely.
that point the Chargers can't score fast. They're a team that they can't score fast, and trust me, I just think that if the Bucs got up super early by 14 points, the Chargers then are going to have to configure, and then that's where Bowles can get aggressive. Because one thing I will give Bowles, he's good usually at disguising schemes and coverage blitzes where somebody doesn't see anything. And I tell people, don't sleep on the secondary just because Winfield and Whitehead are out. We saw Merriweather was out there making plays. We saw that Izzy stepped up when he needed to. So for people out there saying, well, they don't have Winfield, it's like, don't sleep on this team. Don't
Yeah,
sleep on
man.
it.
One thing I will say is that, you know, the defense hasn't played great, and obviously we know that they need improvement. But a big portion of that, like, if I had to give a grade to Todd Bowles, in all reality, let's be realistic here. Any coach outside of maybe three or four right now in the NFL that had suffer as many injuries that we have had on defense, let's face facts, they'd be under 500. They'd probably have a losing record, and they'd be already out of the playoff scenario. This team has fought and fought and fought and clawed to be where they're at. Um, I do feel like the Bucs defense can step up in a major way because I do think that Justin Herbert is going to try attack that side of the football where Antoine Winfield is. You get what I'm saying? Like I do
Yeah.
feel like I think he's gonna get caught slipping, man. I really do. I think he's gonna get caught slipping in the wrong hood, and I think fucking somebody's gonna pick the ball off, man. I'm just telling you. I
I agree.
here's the thing. Everybody's picking the Chargers because right now, you know, like the defense, and it's cool. It's fine. Like I said, friends of mine, I see who they've picked for their weekly picks, and I see LAC. It's fine. I like being the this team has been the fucking underdog the whole year, and you know what? It's fine. And I will say this: this team, the Bucks will punch you in the mouth too. Like,
Mhm.
don't get it twisted. This Buccaneers, they'll punch you back. They'll punch you in the mouth. And like I said, be careful what you wish for when you're trying to attack Christian Izien and Tyke Smith. These guys will make you pay. They'll pick the ball off or force a turnover. So, uh,
100, 100, 100. We did it against Detroit. People
yeah,
forget when we beat Detroit, Winfield was not in there, and Izzy picked
nope,
them off. And that's because, like you said, Golf and them tried to take advantage, and we was like, oh, fuck that. You think you're going to throw this little quick jab? All right, I'm going to hit you with this hook.
yep.
But
It's
I want to answer this question too, and I'll let you start with Louis. Do we want the 3 seed or 4 seed? Christopher Cole, great question.
um at this point, it doesn't matter because every game for the Buccaneers is a road game. And I don't know if I should save this topic for the show that we're gonna do this week. But it doesn't matter what seed we have because the Buccaneers. Let's face facts. The home crowd is not really there supporting the team. We've seen it plenty of times. Teams going in there, the Lions, the Raiders, the Niners, whatever, and it's like always 50-50. So at this point, the it doesn't matter the seeding. If we could have got the first seed, that would have been great. But out of the question. That's not going to happen. I don't really care about the seeding. You just get into the playoffs. This team, I call them Road Warriors at the beginning of the year. I don't care what the seeding is. Just get in. I don't care who the opponent is. Because if you remember a while back ago, when we won that Super Bowl, everybody was nervous. Oh, the Buccaneers, we got to play the Saints. And, who gives a fuck, man? Like, think about that. We went into Landover, Maryland. We beat the Commanders. And then we went into New Orleans. We beat the Saints. And then we went into Green Bay and we beat the Packers. And then the rest is history. I don't give a shit. I want to see whoever the opponent is, whatever the seeding is, the Buccaneers are gonna have to. You're gonna have to play. You're playing the best teams in the NFC in the playoffs. So the seeding don't matter to me. When it comes to home field advantage, that don't matter for the Buccaneers. It really doesn't.
I got you. Well, I'll just say this, Chris. If we are the 3 seed, we're gonna play more than likely the Packers or the Vikings. I don't mind because either one of those teams I think we can beat, but I'd rather play the Packers because the Packers, in my opinion, they're a solid team, but the Bucs will be better because they're another team that doesn't have enough offensive firepower that can hang with us. So
Yeah,
I
but
just think,
the
yeah,
Packers are a really good running team, and
they
I
are.
think I think that's a bad matchup for the Buccaneers. I'm telling you why, because they have an excellent running game, dude. They've won games without Jordan Love. Like, it's just the culture has changed so much, and I'm not shitting on Aaron Rodgers. I do like Aaron Rodgers as a quarterback. Whatever he decides to do off the field, that's his business. You know what I'm saying? But they have become a better team without Aaron Rodgers. And Jordan Love, he's a good quarterback, and they have a good running team. Like, I think, in my opinion, that's a bad matchup for the Bucks. Do I think the Bucks could beat them? Yeah, but I think that team would give. I think they would give more of a problem to the Bucks than the Minnesota Vikings, because the Vikings. I say this every week. I feel everybody has so much stock into the Vikings. The Vikings, bro, are a team that they're gonna be one and done in the playoffs. There's always that team. There's always that team that lights the world on fire during the season. And we kind of know, like, are they for real? Well, their record, they won 14 games, this and that. Like, and then they get into the playoffs and they shit the bed. So, we've seen this every year. I mean, we can go back. It's the same thing with the Eagles. Remember the Eagles last year? They were
Yeah.
fucking on top of the world, high and mighty. They fucking knocked off the Bucs and yada yada yada. And then what happened? They started having a couple of issues in the locker room, and then we fucking blew the fucking doors off of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not putting too much stock into the Vikings. If we had to play a team, I think, like, the Packers are they're a tricky team. I think that would be one team that would give the Bucks the most headache, in my opinion. That's why I'm not buying into the Vikings. The Packers, on the other hand, I don't know. They're a different caliber of team, man.
I feel you, man. I get you. So, all right, well, we're gonna wrap this thing up. Give me one person on offense that you want to see to fire them cannons, and then on defense.
I want to see Tyke Smith on defense create turnovers, because at the end of the day, defense wins championships, and defense definitely helps you win games. Tyke Smith, to me, you know, he's special, and he has a knack for the ball, and he's good with those peanut punches. So I want to see him make a big impact on defense, and if we're gonna be firing the cannons, and if we're gonna be seeing Mike Evans going off, we need Rashad White to really play his game. I don't want to see dancing. I want to see him playing his game. I want to see him getting the ball out of the backfield on those short throws and just grinding out that Chargers defense. Also, I expect a touchdown from Rashad White, because I actually just put a parlay together. Um, I have Rashad White anytime touchdown. So I expect Rashad White to score a touchdown in this game. I expect him to have over 50 yards rushing, and maybe I expect him to have 130 all-purpose yards this game. So I expect Rashad White to come up big on offense, and I expect Tyke Smith to come up huge, huge on defense.
All right, my guy, Louis. Always a pleasure, man. Be in touch, and do your thing and go Bucks, my brother.
Let's go Bucks! Fire the cannons! Fuck the Saints!
Fuck the Saints as always. Yeah, guys. So for me, the guy I want to see on offense to fire the cannons, believe it or not, is Sterling Shepard. Why you say that? Because, like Louis said, and I'm gonna say this again, we do need someone else to be that on the receiving side of the ball to be able to bail out Baker. We cannot rely on Mike Evans all the time. We want to rely on Mike Evans playoff time. Right now, this game should be, hey, Sterling, I'm going to be there to get you. Sterling, you need to be the guy where it's 3rd and 3, or if it's 3rd and 10, he's the guy that should be able to squeak out that extra yard and a half to get there. So we need that, because by doing that, that is going to also set up other receivers and McMillan and Palmer. So that's why I want to see fire the cannons. And he's right. Now on defense, I want to see Yaya fire the fucking cannons. He needs to go off. We know what to expect of Canty and Vita, but Yaya, you only got, I think, 2 or 3 sacks, my man. You got to step up. You're going to have to do something. The edge on this defense has got to overwhelm this line for the Chargers. Now, with that being said, I think they will. I think the Herbert is going to throw 2 picks today. And I see the Bucs getting 4 sacks. No less than 4 sacks, because I do think that somebody on the line is going to step up. That's just me. I got Evans going for at least 101 yards and 1 touchdown. Sterling Shepard at least 62 yards. I see Otten with about 40-something yards. I see McMillan with a touchdown, crazy or not, like 48 yards and a touchdown. And, yeah, I see Rashard White with the rushing touchdown. So my prediction, honestly, yeah, I take that back. I don't think McMillan's going to get a touchdown in this game. I see him getting some yards, though. So my prediction is the Bucs 31, the Chargers 17. With that being said, guys, thank you for tuning in to Bucs Report, the pregame show. As always, guys, check us out on Bucs Report, the Aftermath, the 102.9, the Game, Broad Street South Radio. My co-host Slick. And look, check my YouTube channel out. It's about Bucking Time. I'm always dropping gems there as well. So, and then check me out, AJ Turnup, on Twitter, on TikTok, and Facebook. That's where I'll be. So you guys take care of yourselves, and let's go Bucs, and let's get this fucking win today.
I don't know what to say, really. 3 minutes till the biggest battle of our professional lives. All comes down to today. Either we heal as a team, or we're gonna crumble. Inch by inch, play by play, till we're finished. We're in hell right now, gentlemen. Believe me. And we can stay here, get the shit kicked out of us, or we can fight our way back into the light. We can climb out of hell. 1 inch at a time. Now, I can't do it for you. I'm too old. I look around, I see these young faces, and I think, I made every wrong choice a middle-aged man can make. I pissed away all my money, believe it or not. I chased off anyone who's ever loved me. And lately, I can't even stand the face I see in the mirror. You know, when you get old in life, things get taken from you. I mean, that's part of life. But you only learn that when you start losing stuff. You find out life's this game of inches. So is football. Because in either game, life or football, the margin for error is so small. I mean, 1/2 a step too late or too early, and you don't quite make it. 1/2 second too slow, too fast, you don't quite catch it. The inches we need are everywhere around us. They're in every break of the game, every minute, every second.